Alright guys, welcome to a brand new video, and my videos are usually me running around with my head cut off in Rumble using some obscure weapon that is really bad, but it will make for a good video, and I just have a good time. But this video will be a little bit different because I'm gonna sit down. It is going to be relatively unedited, and I'm just gonna talk about the current state of Destiny 2 from my perspective. And the cool thing about perspectives is that I can have one and you can have one, and neither of them are wrong. It's literally just how we feel. There have been a few things that have just always been bad about Destiny: netcode and the server tick rate. That is one of them. As far as netcode goes, people are always teleporting everywhere. The server tick rate, I believe, is 40 tick. I'm not too sure on that, but when you compare that to, I believe the industry standard is like 60, 64 or something, and then you compare that to Valorant, which is 128, it is a big difference. And if you want to look at how big a difference that makes, I'm going to link a Riot video on the screen right now and in the description of this video if you want to check it out. It was really interesting, and they pretty much highlight the difference between 60 and 128. If you're curious what tick rate is, I'm pretty sure the basics of it is just how many times the server updates what is happening per second. So a lot of times when it comes to people missing shots, it's because where you see the person on the screen, that is not where the server is registering that person. So even though you shot the bullet at him, you know, on your screen, you didn't actually hit him. And the first clip is going to be the 60 tick servers, and the way it works is the red is what the person is seeing on the screen when the shot is fired, and the blue outline is where the server is registering that person when the shot is fired. So it is a pretty big difference for 60, and Destiny doesn't even have that, which in the grand scheme of things isn't really a big issue for a PvE driven game, but like I said, it's just my perspective as a PvP player. Moving on to the season, the new season that just recently came out, where Trials has been revived. It's just the way it was in Destiny 1, except for this time we're playing against Gandalf the Grey, rocket launching 800 RPM shots from Wardcliff Coil infinitely while flying on the top of the map. Only PC players will understand. Like, I completely understand if the anti-cheat for a game has trouble detecting when somebody is aimbotting, because that's a little bit harder to detect, right? And I don't know too much about it, but I would think that the only way to really detect it would be to have some sort of reverse engineered anti-cheat that could see if a specific cheat is active, and then the people who develop the cheats would have to develop a new cheat that is not detected, and then it would just go back and forth between the developers making the anti-cheat and the virgins who sit at home all day making the cheat. But when you have blatant stuff like, oh, this guy, you know, all the people on Team A were dead, however, Jimmy Bob 72 actually revived him, or was revived 15 times after all of his teammates were dead. Well, there's no self-revive in the game, so that isn't possible. So if the game could register certain things as literally impossible, you know, with the exception of someone running a cheat, I feel like that would help them cut down on the blatant stuff. Or, oh, this guy has stayed at the same elevation flying for the last 30 seconds, or he hasn't touched the ground in like a minute and a half. I don't know, something like that. And even if you completely turn a blind eye to all of the cheating on PC, like let's say you're on console, right? And you don't care about the people cheating on PC because you play console. The core loot system is pretty bad, and I'm talking about the system, not the loot pool. People just farm 3-win cards if it's the shot, or if it's the weapon they want. In 1 week's case, it was the shotgun. Like, just the way they're handing out loot for different points of the card is very strange. You're still getting drops for the weapon of the week at like 3 wins. I feel like the whole point is that the weapon that's exclusive to that week needs to be earned by going flawless. Like, when I play this game, unless I'm recording a video where I need to get flawless for it, I do not care about going flawless, like, at all, which is probably why my light level is so bad. On top of that, the loot pool is pretty bad. I mean, there's not a whole lot of weapons, and all of them are just reskins from Destiny 1. The armor is a remake, the weapons are a remake. So it doesn't really even feel new. It's like, oh, you know, have you ever been on like a road trip, right? And you're like, oh, you know, I'm gonna play Pokemon Fire Red right now, like I used to. It's gonna be so sick. And then you're 15 minutes into it and you're like, wow, damn, that was really nostalgia driven. I'm not having fun. I feel like that's exactly what happened with Trials. And this is just my perspective as a PvP player. And this season was pretty PvP driven. So I'm curious to see or to hear how you guys feel about it, the PvE people, which I'm sure not too many of you watch my videos. But how do you feel about this season? Do you feel worse than the PvP players do? Because when I go on Twitter, I see nothing about complaining about the hacking. So let me know in the comment section down below. And that is pretty much it. That is it for the video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you have any different opinions, leave them in the comment section down below. I do not like complaining. Trust me, this isn't even going to be a 10-minute video. I'd much rather make a 10-minute video or more ad revenue. But this, I just wanted to get this out there and see where everyone's head is at, because I only can see what people I follow post on Twitter. I don't really get feedback from anyone else. So hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did enjoy the video, the best way of supporting it is by dropping a like. Also, if you don't want to miss a video, I will be posting another regular Destiny video tomorrow. Just click on the bell to enable post notifications, and hopefully I will be seeing you guys in my next video. Bye.